547. Welcome to week 2. First of all, thank you for all your introductions on the discussion board post and your thoughts. Just so you know, I plan on grading those right after I post this video. So those will be graded before the end of the day. Let's just say that. Let's give myself a little bit of time. Just so you know, on discussion boards, I do interact on the discussion board some, but really a lot of my interaction with you is going to be through the comments when they're graded. So know that if you're looking for comments on your thoughts or your posts, I will always put comments in the comment box where it's graded. I do interact on the discussion boards directly, but not as much as probably some other professors. I just like to give that individualized feedback through the grading. So we're jumping into week 2. Just want to point out again, as usual, week 2 is right here, and all that information, everything is here, right? And the video for your first assignment is down here. So I won't go too much into the first assignment, but know that that video goes into it in detail. But I'm going to go through it on the announcement board post. So let's jump right in. If you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything. And that's from Marty McFly, Back to the Future. I love this quote for this course because really the human condition of perseverance is really impressive, and it's just fascinating. And so just remember that the decision to actually do something can be much harder than the task of doing it. And so you've made that decision. You've jumped in and you're learning and you're growing. So that's amazing. I did like getting to read about you in your discussion quotes, as I mentioned before, and just know moving forward, you can type, right? You can answer. And in fact, you have to do that. But if you want to drop a video in there, you're more than welcome to. If you think you can describe your thoughts on the discussion post better in a video, feel free to jump on Screencastify or Zoom, or there's a tool called It's like 3 N's and 3 H's that it's free for educators that you can use as well to do that. And so just know that moving forward, you totally can put that on your discussion posts. And so let's jump into the week. So for your text, you have pages 25 to 42 in Sousa. And so there's not as much content this week as last week. And once again, if you click on that link, it does bring you to the PDF of the text if you prefer to read it that way. If you have the physical book, I'm sure you guys would enjoy reading that way as well. So about 20 or so pages within the text. So not as much as last week for sure. And then we pop over to a couple articles. This one is about gamifying, and it's 10 pages. And it's not bad. It's a little dense, I guess, when just talking about gamification, but there's a lot of good information, and it does a really good view of not just overview, but getting into the details of like results and effects of it. So that's a great article. And then we bounce over to Edutopia and how to integrate tech when it keeps changing. And I feel like this is the golden goose. This article is not exhaustive on this topic, but setting up thoughts, ideas, procedures, processes, assignments in a manner that isn't tech dependent, more tech agnostic for moving forward, because you just don't know what tech you're going to have access to and what tech is actually out there. And so that's a good little article. And then we jump into 2 videos. The brain-based learning model. It's only 3 minutes. You can see that it's not a super long video. And then the next one is the learning brain, which is 7 minutes, so a little bit longer, but still digestible and not too big of a video. Before I get into the assignment, I'll jump through your discussion post is explaining what's an aha moment from week 1's content. What was new to you? What caused you to see learning in a new light? And what caused you to think differently about your teaching style? Remember, your initial post by Thursday, your responses by Sunday. I always recommend that initial post be done earlier so you give yourself and your classmates more time to comment back and forth on that. And then before I jump into the assignment for today, let's just finish out and looking ahead. Next week, you have Chapter 5 in Practitioner's Corner. You have 2 articles, 2 videos. You do have 3 discussion posts, but one of them is tied to the assignment. And then you have the second part of the assignment that starts this week. This week, you're writing a paper. Next week, you're turning that paper into a presentation. And as always, I just want to reiterate, I will go over a little bit of the project, but know that this video right here, which is posted here, it's also posted in under the submit assignments area. You can watch that video, and this goes into detail about that assignment. Every assignment has their own video. But just a quick overview, group or assignment 1A and 1B are group projects. The first part of it is a paper that you'll be writing to go over, some new tools and things that you learned from the first couple weeks. And then the second part of that is going to be taking that paper and those topics and turning them into a Google slide or a presentation of some sort. Once again, I'm not going to go into great detail here because you do have the video. Make sure you watch that video to get all the details of the assignment, and you can always go back and rewatch it and look at it. But other than that, I hope you have a great week.